Three things never come back: time, word, and opportunity. Therefore, do not waste time. Choose words wisely, and do not miss opportunities. If they spit at you behind your back, it means you're ahead of them. We have two lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. The disease of men is that they neglect their own fields and go to weed the fields of others. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We take greater pains to persuade others that we are happy than to actually be happy. A healthy man wants 1,000 things. A sick man only wants one. Work on clearing your thoughts. If you do not have bad thoughts, there will be no bad deeds. The man who says he can and the man who says he cannot are both correct. Learn as if you constantly feel you lack knowledge, and as if you are constantly afraid of losing it. Don't criticize your neighbor's roof for having too much snow when your own doorstep is unclean. If you hate, then you have been defeated. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. He who flatters a man is his enemy. He who tells him his faults is his maker. To see what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. The person attempting to travel 2 roads at once will get nowhere. Who is satisfied with his lot is rich. The noble person uses things. The lesser man is used by things. A leader leads by example, not by force. Even the finest sword, plunged into salt water, will eventually rust. Man's nature is evil. Goodness is the result of conscious activity. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. To lead people. Follow them. When anger rises, think of the consequences. To know your enemy, you must become your enemy. If you are the smartest person in the room, then you are in the wrong room. Opportunities multiply as they are seized. Get rid of the desire to have. The funniest people are often the saddest ones. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. He who wishes to fight must first count the cost. The weak can win over the hard, and strong. Be extremely subtle, even to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, even to the point of soundlessness. Thereby, you can direct your opponent's fate. True words are not pleasant. Pleasant words are not true. What the ancients called a clever fighter is one who not only wins, but excels in winning with ease. Live for the praise of others, and you will become their prisoner. People in ancient times did not like to talk much. They considered it shameful not to live up to their own words. You have to believe in yourself. There is nothing softer or more flexible than water, but try to resist it. Not all the answers have been given, because not all the questions have been asked. If the mind is willing, the body can go on without many things. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your Character. Watch your character. It becomes your destiny. Great results can be achieved with small forces. The wise man avoids all extremes. Great is the man who has not lost his childlike heart, thought we accept advice in drops, but we distribute it in buckets. And deliberate before you make a move. When people know too much, they become difficult to manage. If what you have to say is not better than silence, then keep silent. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy, without ever fighting. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but they grind fine. Man begins to die from the moment he is born. Study the past if you would define the future. It is easy to love your friend. The hardest lesson is to love your enemy. Knowledge is a treasure. Practice is the key to it. You can overcome bad habits only today, not tomorrow. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. You can't trust a man who has nothing to lose. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Plan for what is difficult while it is easy. Do what is great while it is small. Whoever talks a lot often fails. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. If he sends reinforcements everywhere, he will be weak everywhere. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Think of tomorrow. The past can't be mended. An enemy is a friend who knows too much about you. Victory over others gives strength. Victory over oneself gives fearlessness. Give a man a bowl of rice and you feed him for a day. Teach him to grow his own rice and you feed him for a lifetime. Disorder comes from order. Fear comes from courage. Weakness comes from strength. Do not seek, and you will find. Seek, and you will lose. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. The skillful artist does not alter his standards for the sake of the ignorant. Beware of sugar that is mixed with poison. Beware of the fly that sat on a dead snake. A man dies easily because he has too much will to live. He who does not know the evils of war cannot appreciate its benefits. Time is a created thing. To say, I don't have time, is like saying, I don't want to. A noble person blames himself. A petty person blames others. Just as water retains no constant shape, so in warfare, there are no constant conditions. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, and it will go blunt. Friends are the siblings God never gave us. It is better to light a small candle than to curse the darkness. Every animal with blood in its veins and horns on its head will fight when attacked. The one who knows and pretends not to know is wise. He who speaks without knowing is sick. Tell me, and I'll forget. Show me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I will understand. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Getting something done is like digging a well. You may dig 70 feet, but if you stop just before water, it's only a dry hole. Even a loss can turn into a profit, and profit can turn into a loss. The feeling of right or wrong is the beginning of wisdom. there is no crime greater than too many. Desires. No disaster greater than not being content. No misfortune greater than greed. Attack the evil within yourself, rather than attacking the evil in others. Be attentive to your thoughts. They are the beginning of your actions. To complain about an unpleasant thing is to double the evil. To laugh at it is to destroy it. You can always rise above those who offend you by forgiving them. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. Third, by experience, which is the bitterest. The truth is not always beautiful. Beautiful words are not always the truth. People are distressed by their inability to act, but the problem is simply that they do not act. You are controlled by the one who makes you angry. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. Never say never. The days go by so fast, and nothing stays the same. Your life is what your thoughts make it. We gain by losing, and lose by gaining. No matter how busy you are, find time to read or surrender yourself to ignorance. When I free myself from who I am, I become who I can be. Happiness is when you are understood. Great happiness is when you are loved. Real happiness is when you love. Temperance is the first step to virtue, which leads to moral perfection. Sometimes we see a lot, but miss the main thing. The snow goose need not bathe to remain white. You need only be yourself. The wise man knows what he does not know. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. If you lack faith, then even existence will not believe in you. What is evil to one today may be good to another tomorrow. Have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Being deeply loved gives you strength. Loving someone deeply gives you courage. The way is near, but men seek it far. It lies in simple things, but men look for it in difficulty. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Forget injuries. Never forget kindness. The unwilling soul sees only what's hidden. The ever-wanting soul sees only what it wants. There is beauty in everything, but not everyone can see it. The way of truth is like a great road. It is not hard to find. The only problem is, men do not seek it. A man must not be without shame for. The shame of being without shame is shamelessness indeed. Be bent, and you will stay straight. Be empty, and you will remain full. Be worn out, and you will be renewed. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. A trail through the mountains becomes a path if used. If unused, it is quickly covered by grass. It is easy to hate and difficult to love. All good things are difficult. All bad things are easy. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and achieves without doing. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is dangerous. Treat others as you would wish to be treated. That is the shortest path to benevolence. Success is as dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. People of higher morality do not see themselves as moral. Therefore, they are truly moral. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, that is the real mistake. A sage who wants to be above others puts himself below them. To lead, he follows. The one who offends you takes your negative energy and gives. You, his dot, what is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's task? Learn as if you are far from your goal. Fear as if you may never reach it. If you are alone for long, you will learn to embrace loneliness. But you will never know your potential if you fear being alone. You cannot open a book without learning something. Long absence of love turns a person into a prisoner of the mind. Remain true to yourself. Don't compare or compete, just be. That's how you gain universal respect. If someone wants to offend you deeply, they suffer even more. A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A great man clings to the essential and discards the trivial. He acts truthfully, but does not rely on law. Worry not that no one knows you. Seek to be worth knowing. If you are not afraid of dying, there is nothing you can't achieve. The superior man speaks modestly, but acts powerfully. He who hurries toward results will achieve nothing. He who finishes as he began will not fail. Man who asks a question is a fool for a moment. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The more you go without desire, the less you are ruled by it. Truth spoken before its time is always dangerous. When virtue is lost, goodness appears. When goodness is lost, justice appears. When justice is lost, decorum appears. Decorum is only the shadow of truth and the beginning of all disorder. Without dull and determined effort, there can be no brilliant achievement to recognize your insignificance is empowering. Friendship is one mind in two bodies. He who knows the measure is content with his position. Excessive pride brings disaster. Sometimes you must yield to win. Sometimes lowering yourself brings success.